ahwefo ya tena so bio ye mamu nyina mo ache se ne da ne da ye ne wuku ada bia ye tena sese ya eye ahweyi nsem ana ye de brem wo Fire Service TV wo Abefonten Time Facebook ubehu ye wo Ghana National Fire Service sese Fire Service TV so wo Facebook hwehwe ye ne follow ye ne like page no na share ma wunua bi nso enya bi na wonhwe ye tena se ye ba bisua de ye adisua ana ye be ye ne animdefo ni atwetwe nkomo de beboa ama wani ada ho se ne be ya wojapade emfiri wonsa ne de niema so agugu akwan mu de bia me hya ase a me di kan de nkomo nketenkete nsam nketenkete na emum nsam ne bi wo so awutie ya na mu odu na wotwe nsam bebiri asisi na wotwe ye atwa mu nso ye kan ho asem efa attacks Fire Service for ba na mo bu ye mudi empabro ye video bi ali to social media wa bra panyina oni amansan edi nkita ho ede ma Fire Service DO2 aka odi 2 dwa na wo chirechiri nsemu ede fa ho se samaya ma adwen se mo de mo bedi ye mpabro ye ni hwe ka kire mo baabi poti na ya modi ye mpabro no sasem si a yeso ye ba ye be ya hweye ebi kura ne mo beba ne ye hu se mo bebo ye pe ye nsi honom wo chine bi ye de be ye adusua ema no Ghana fo bibiri atwetwe nkomo dodo na abo na basoso wo ma ya oya ade so this answer no edi 2 edwa no tie nyina ye mfa nya adisua nye hu se ahoden ene metwo na opeso de bebo ye na be ye agyan na fa ye mpaebo na boa ye nye nyina ye nkoso ansere se ya ka de ye behia no ye nsa be ka ye timi de adwuma ye timi asom ne asom no kwan paso ti wei ene ye nkomo nketenkete hu nsema na wotwetwa mu ye de ebra mu ene ya tena se ye bisua de ade ye bisua nyina ne se ye behwe enema potokasem ye friend say flammable materials ade a eja tomo etimi hyebrofo ne so ne duru a ye mpanifo be kire mu di amamo kwan ben na befa so a odi be si ba bi ye be boa bi awo fango petrol diesel odi gu generator mu kwan ben na befa so a odi be sisi wo fie be boa ama entimi mfeja hyehye ma ye wie so a ye behwe electrical equipment ubi sudan a wo so kofa electrician no abewa ya ho kwan pa be ne fa so ye no na nim se sa electrical equipment no so na wire se nyina etimi meja hyehye etimi de ba ene ye ni nim difo a wa na nim dini a wonim sa adwumadie no ho nkyiremu bi a wo de bebree ne yesua ede fremu me a me de dwumadie ukia me din de edi O2 Isaac Kojo Poku ye ne mo ana eba abetena donhwere ba akui na ye de esua de ene ye mpanifo no ewa ha me papa da bia me fe no won nsam yensan ye otadi gya ye kwan da bia wo se tinitin wapom didi ye na da ye wo ye sa ne ma we miese betima bo anyo bia te se DCFO pakosi adutwum retire sa akwaba me gidi se bibia boko
na me adom
ni ofire
hoboko
lectures nso
yego so
wo de mo pese obehumi wo ba kra wo so home no da bia ne ye tete obesi ne kosua de sa na be kira de na eguso nim se bibia so dugu na akwa mu
nyame adom
na na apomudin de be na odi gya ye kwan ne wo de maye
send de enka meka ne o ma miensa
aha
o ska kakra dia ABC so apple beetroot na carrot na miensa no
mpa to sisu bi o ma me apple
B beetroot
ono ye ton ubenya bi atobrofu ne de
ebu okrom yo ka ho ase hu ofin bi sa de bi da okoko bi ase ebu bi sa
okay
now the carrots carrots is so nim ade
tia no
no obomoden a twitwa wo blend we di blender not the same ya no wa we ni nyina afrafra we kakra sa na atiko
wow into o blend so a o blend ni wi a na wo no
blend dia so na ya juice
wo de be fridge na wo no
no kakra wo benya wo de wunya kra no bre no na wo twe bia
ebeboa
ane e ma mpomudin
oh nice
e ma mpomudin
papa ya me no mi na ase ehwe na ebie yi na tese ebie hospital nke be cheche nkrofo ade pa
we akenkan
akenkan yo deputy pakosi na ya tene nka no ene oni ebesua de enye ono nko a na wa ha ma mota hwe brofo de no mi program ya adwumadi edi no wukuada yi benada de ye baako ono ne ye brofo papa yi onim de na wɔtwe bɛɛ mienu miɛnsa etwa mu de efie ha na wɔte otu kwan nyina zoom ne de naba na wɔkyerɛ yadeɛ waben yi pa wɔyɛ certified electrical wiring inspector na de sɛ wɔba bɛ brɔfo ne mu odu ebia mea mebusa no wɔkyerɛkyerɛm wɔbɛ waya ofie a ɔmo no ne timi bɛ inspect big companies a wɔ Ghana ha de timi sɛ ɔmo hu ne nsa no adwuma ana ɔno ana yɛ panyina a wɔda electrical contractors ekuo no ano ɛwɔ Ghana, president of the Electrical Contractors Association. And you'll be able to say, Ura Awa Sakib Mohammed. Bacho Bibia Bokode. Yama Kwaba. Yes, who do media dorsum? Yet as I say, for wait to me about. Yakase will be a certified electrical, senior Yakren or Hana, electrical wiring inspector. What do you want to say?
Okay, so certified electrical wiring inspector, before. Se bi owo nim dia otimi hwe electrical installation etimi kase bibi tochima na ase ntochima na de tochima no so onim dia obetima kyerɛ ade a wasa wo ye se de be ya obekrakra no na etimi serve the purpose. That's basically what an electrical inspector is. Now apart from educational background we hear experience na say o qualify, you sit for an exams. And then ultimately pass, then you become a certified wiring inspector. Yeah.
Oh, that is a model contract. A diakasi say you know, Muna can inspect more inspector. I ain't mean for light and mother anymore.
Your Mra the age more Ghana high friend electrical wiring regulation 2011 LI 2008.
Yeah.
And Mrano Ayan in Chese a day be a bewayano our Ghana and I was a certified electrician and a wire. Now we are where we in Germany now. I was an inspector so said. The assessor wire no emra so na say inspector and then sasha sure so wire no emra kwan so na ordinance asha ase na e dan na benya bibia fa no electrical wiring completion certificate.
Okay,
engineer ne me council so say we see what done in the past 10 years na we need electrical wiring certificate e madana. There's no guarantee say what done no electrically safe.
Me am see me fear you no be ma me ho license and na metimi dey idea me dey be bia.
Yes. License no kra no for Friday mono a ubehia sa license na nsana wonya electricity connection. Uni bia e be den so obenya electricity connection. Na wonya electricity connection wi a wose wo keep sa record no because bibia betumesi. Na me encourage me ne assure say bedru wo say eja hie obi kra esi a one of the first thing fire service should ask for is the test report, or the investigation team should ask of is the test report.
Okay.
Test report in betima che nyoma bebre. A bit much the ma a janisi, what I say electrical, what are some of the violations and tia a timima sada and she. And as will be sharing through electrocutioner and test report on the surface of it. An expert can interpret it to tell say when na wine yen tinema say see.
I have for who has a permit in winsome. We any monka crea, you become you bedum so continue cratch or say. And you be di wiring electrical ho akade no se ne bro focus kind of electrical equipment that is ayerem ho ma ay di djuma wo fie no ene ho nkomo ane ye ba bedi na nkomo ne mu be de pa ene me twa ha na me kono ba be se ba bi fo asa no ukwu anim kakra no wabu wachi kakra ene ho nkomo ne ye ba bedi eti anyiwa fidie ne mfiri ha me da me ho sima me ba ye be ko nkomo twitwi ne mu ye be ba sisi
I came across power safety technology. So I introduced that into our residents, who are more than 4,000. And over the period, they have testified how power safety technology have saved them when the need arises.
Power safety. Safety is our hallmark.
ahwefo yaba yɛbɛhyɛ nkɔmmɔtwetwe no ase sɛne mekan no kɔ Facebook a Ghana National Fire Service gya wo comment no fa to ho mekenkan na mede mu bibia de abrɛmu ebere sɛ muso mebie tetefon no na wafrɛ na wo question bia wo bisa nim sɛ mu bebre mpɛ sɛ mu sida mo yɛ ne bebre yɛhyɛ nkɔmmɔtwetwe no ase sɛne medi kan no me sɛ kwan a wo bɛfa so akora flammable materials brofo ma me nko deputy pakwesi o deputy ye ka flammable materials kra ye de baade
ma me starting fee no before I make say flammable materials ma me free fire science mkakra don't say usua fire science your classification of fires.
Okay.
The classification of fires no your class B type of fires. Class B type of fires no young fire engineering for the fire for the say flammable items. Now they flammable item they are there and yet necessarily solid material, but a burning through vapor and its associates. A typical example is hydrocarbon. Make hydrocarbon, I can be no more hydrocarbon as a diesel, petrol, gas, Vaseline, tap and time, coal tar. The American here say, no more way, say, no, fanguna. No more if you make a no. They are hydrocarbons.
Yeah.
Na saa nneɛma no nyinaa no
obi me musa sa piu ka ho
apetesi flammable because of the alcohol because of the alcohol. I'll come to that and also one idea but ne nyinaa in the group of flammable items.
Okay.
Adia ne hye ne nyɛ through the solid item but through vapor. So adena esi no enya adena esi wona
na betim do so akura mu sei
adena esi no enya de esi no but inframa na say we how to say it in but vapor na efumu ba na esi.
Okay.
It is a vapor that burns but not the substance that is burning.
Okay.
Inti yamfa say obi ka say petrol obi so say petrol wo some bia food si ewiem na say eso no say haziness bi I said, yeah, I said, I na BBB was so. Vapor na free. Okay. The free no and you and your petrol na si one. I didn't free no na esi. Into a cast of flammable material. Was the base of hydrocarbon. The temperature level the best. Any ignition temperatures never me abaning in ano. Such that quite low. Bibi kitu ebi.
So more.
So na aye. Since nka odi idua to. Na de petrol say opeja opemachisa. Idua na nso immediately.
Nso yes.
But we dey awom because of the vapor.
Okay.
One dey make because of the vapor. And an AE level no ignition level no quite ain't. Kitu bibi na enne ekolo.
Matias so yanhwe kwan ye fa so kra sa ne ma no na enkomo na dɔɔso ti ebebu no tot obi ebie school ana wati school e proprietor wabeyi ni sikade a hye driver ne nsem so onkoto petrol no onyi nti omofa gallon yellow yibi ebia obi hwe me asema me ka onim pa na edu weekend a wodi agu ne kia bi achi na okoto fango no e dia ba be si school mu hono mo a edu adwada o driver no ba ne yimienu ne ehwe agu ka ni mu na de ko ne yimienu de ehwe agu eye kwan pa no no kwan be na ebetim di dahyehyɛ so aba
ani unse enioma miensa ina ma eja no ha adwen nti wo kura bibia te sɛ de wo kana wo kura bibia te sa na one dwene temperature na ɛwɔ hɔ no o say etuminya ambient temperature wo fo so temperature no ɛwɔ soro that means heat content ɛwɔ dem wɔ soro problem ba ko ho na saa nneɛma no so no say heat ba expanding in volume.
Okay.
I don't know how to express it in tree. Expanding just say yakase a tie a g baby I want space no g ina a g a ade won bia no increase in pressure.
Okay.
into your still memfa container me example and be obi abetumi hu fa ne say wo saa bottle yi ai wai
Okay.
no de saa eyine bi atom wo de ahyem wo jesi ewie mu a wa apply heat no nti temperature na akoso
Yeah.
ebe occupy space wo bottle no mu nyina nti ama volume no I expand.
Yeah.
Esa na it is under pressure. We tell you top no to me to pop. But you dey make out here say u bie nsa so pop. Saa ni o ma miensa no in the mass ade we say. E ba nti e obi a oye bi won nkyɛn no na oni nimdeɛ wɔ saa ade we ho no. The tendency say ja betumi esi no. Was so.
Matias. Eti no oye sukuu ni no ana wabi ayi no nti ehu behia sɛ obekɔso aye saa brabo na na sɛ eduru so peso beto fango no mfa ka na nkono nkobo ame ye nkoto mfa mesifie
Be wo man tell question na say wo ba so kire say obi ye school ni
wabi school onso mo bi school proprietors na o mate school no o bebre na akoto fango ni besifie obesifie dura no pa no ohwiehwie de gu ka ni mu.
Yani generic. Trotro for yebi. Inti bi anya the general, not necessarily school. Obi or run the transport bi a or dig container.
Ekoto
besi fie no. That's where the challenge is. What do you call ekoto besi fie? You should consider these areas that I've talked about.
Yeah.
In Kenya. But e bi a ho kire nti in water. Ideally in Kenya auto petrol. E di besi fie. Generator
for na enyo emi anka say ahokyiri nti ade enye de na enye.
Oh, but circumstances na man ko for anyoma. And when you are dealing with law now, there is always an exception. And maybe an exception.
Na ade wo be your exception.
Ma me ma example. Obi to me to the because our generator will fee.
Okay.
Say no to generator wo filling station. But to contain a receptacle not their back. Oba baby oba kura no no. E ho ne asem no. Nti ho na me feel senka. Ya sam no kwa.
Ye beba ho.
Internet on there, it depends on circumstance. Card ya also the card koto. But uwe fidie bia, sabi fidie no entumi nkonkoto filling point there. What the receptacle and as a container na beto. Into what the baba. No the bad you the and what na asem no. And as I must make out myself. So that you don't restrict it to car and kwa. Because car there, yes, you should move the vehicle to the filling point. Near filling out. Fine. Obi or generators way. A mobile generator. A generator is stagnant. The sa or see a dibigo. Even so, tank one chancra, a feed generator now still, or see a koto bigu. In Chanosi, another pointer. Contact baby. In the same vein, Obi also, or what you maybe you use also what you win in the babe. Into definitely better for the ababe. Okay.
Maybe Messabaho. Mr. Wa, who use generator? It's quite an faso a crap fool and alcotoba.
Yeah, so generator no your plant room.
Okay.
And see apart from generator and the fuel, the maintenance, whatever, oil on one, we don't keep any other thing there. And it's properly ventilated to ensure that the temperature around City of Benica is not elevated. When the temperature is elevated, it's likely to cause ignition. And all that. See the can generator no there.
Yeah, no man, so kakra mame.
It's generator no mean to mean and so on fuel station. And you know your gallons. And I made two for say the gallons apart from the normal Obibeka 4 gallon one. It's not the right thing.
Yeah.
There are standard gallons are manufactured to keep fuel.
Exactly.
So if you can get some of them to buy, it will go a long way to save you from any fire incident.
Okay. Ma memra deputy pa question na yenhwe adiwi. Me ye obi a magister me ton flammable materials ani me ye debit me atom me ton oil me ton we say ni pan so kwa be na obefa so akura sa ani ma.
Fine. Before I come to that, my member in Kasam Bakwa.
Okay.
Obu on ma onya standard nyomana openyi kai.
Container na edigum.
Into a humid environment.
Okay.
Ebia issue ewo to keep the temperature down like a guy. Bibi sana, that's where you ubet me akura.
A
guy.
Hey, sir.
That's where you ubet me akura. I'm going down to the villager. Anybody who hasn't gone, because the temperature there is always down because in sure They make out here. Into idea flammable be answer temperature ni lower air den say a bit me aye. Na two. So we crowd the match a paba because you show from wentino a top into me and kunim and near back. Two, on the other hand, say men fans will be Tom. Said your kind personal beside. Say you will be a shop now, yeah. There are certain standards you did keep a honor. Before I'll be to me, yes, any nan, also one for my near the type of building I would year. And you be in your keep flammable items.
Okay.
Flammable items also say the thickness of the wall, how it has been built. Now the materials now would ye also say any flammable, any combustible. So that say ijatomwa a bit me can be my spread into usually
okay.
One a keep saying out at times so you see with us ube no bibia. What can say a mound MOUND. One mount a na nessa quackushim into some silent
phone will be
precisely. And now say who you see concrete to everything should be concrete. Everything should be concrete. No wooden structure, no plastic structure. Okay. So that a BBC and multiply because at the end of the day, no one and yet combustible. Yeah, make out here. Because a free flammable level, it will get something which is combustible for it to spread. It is a combustible material being like wood, plastic, rubber, fabric, being this high, you want to me fanenko. The only thing about you say bet me a collapse. Heat in bet you mebu. That's it. Now end the honor. Into storage in your technical ones, in your normal ones. If we are talking of technical ones, they do it in a technical way that wherever you have it, it's not easy for it to spread. But sekoba normal ones there and your foot to kitchen ya wo when your ma ijat me to no any editu. Oh yeah, dear, you make sure say adena wo ye no. Your ma wo ni nyina no entumi enhye. Ijakano enhye. It can heat up but it will not burn. Inti sa adena wo de ye no, ebini concrete.
Okay.
Ebini iron. But no crampono, you should think of conduction, spread. When the heat transfer. It's also also these are basic things. What they call you kura. What the baby and you technical know-how now. One would be to me a use sad into foot abeno, when Franco shave food, weeds and the plants were so that a ignite here, a best spread it like the bushfire and bibiaba. So there are so many factors that comes to the storage of these flammable items. But only here to academica. You get the result, but those applying are not in that category.
Okay.
But point I may make out here. Internet say, let's bring it down to our normal, traditional way of doing it, so that those within that ambient will understand what is being done. That's my point.
Until now, they say, Yansha Dibua, me patrol. Send your workers, sir. You said your course, so no boy hina.
Yeah.
It's nipa or tons and say, we see it just someone. How a chintem. A chintemper. It is a metonwadia or a jacasium. Metontonsan, you may ya walking beer. Quaben and Mefaso crown. Say, was a more dome, be some more colony, and no more warehouse. Metontonsan, you may send your column, Casepu doing she be dinner joke. It debit me to me, the assembly. Is any pan quaben of Befaso cra, Sanya man, maybe I want a warehouse, so you will need a major chairman. Okay, one. Warehouse in Amman, I'll say, unya standard warehouse. Okay. Material now will store or warehouse or say warehouse, you are building it to a certain standard. They bet me accommodate some material. One, to reduce temperature. So ventilation is key. To reduce temperature. So ventilation is key. Two, nyome betchama ijato ebe spread yakono should also be reduced. Like combustible materials should be reduced. Non-combustible materials are accepted. Concrete. Adia Emma Enshi. So you can use concrete, you can use container, which is a metal container. Fine. And no, it can generate heat and transfer, but it cannot burn on its own. And so, in a two, segregation. You see, when you store such items now, because emity, and was one a year emitting, who segregating, so that inframafa in between. Fancy the gallon we see. Oh, my name there's another pallet.
and also there's another pallet and also nam frama etumi afem to cool down the temperature in there so that if even an outsider introduce heat the coolness will also subdue and control how the burning or the spread would be and spread it very fast because the temperature is down. So the American out here. And it depending what situation saying, but as baby all the fun company funny. That's bringing some ton oil. Obi or ton angwa. Wakofa angwa ba or ton with them. Can you say okay carbon a generator no generate the heat? Yes.
And where didn't know
oh yeah, for just showing a Vaseline first. Say for just showing a oil first. Say yes, and I say well already now because of material now a composite ya carbon my oil no. And now on the level into the heat can up we say heat up very fast. To be say in that light no says I didn't was storeroom and also warehouse. You segregate it. And now says so don't let it hit the ceiling because there should be enough ventilation up there. In the formula, so don't let it sit on the ground. That is why you are advised to use a pallet. First, now because it be a wooden pallet.
Okay. And
that's what because it be a way to use plastic pallets. But pallets, no, a good level will be outside the another pallet back. And so the another one is so. Now from another in between the two, there's a gap. Into house, who create house and from a film, who create space loading wall. We start making sure say top no air hitting the ceiling so that there's enough ventilation on that item. And if you introduce any heat or the temperature there, the air which is passing through there will reduce the temperature so that it will not get to an ignition temperature.
Nice.
Which could pose a problem.
I mean, excellent. I mean, suggestions. I bet me a boama. I didn't see, but in any accident there. As careful, no matter how careful you are, sometimes it happens. So for me, from my side, we also look at detection and control. Detection and control near the alarm systems. And I say, we'll be making, depending on how complex the system is, either you make provision for normal extinguishers or the proper suppression system. So let me say, what you deal in flammable materials are. Detection system should be mandatory. I know it's mandatory by law, but few people really adhere to the requirements. So we should enforce it and ensure that those dealing in flammable materials are actually making the necessary provision to reduce the effect when accidents is here. Yeah.
Deputy, you have a sorry or flammable no so near Kodia to us. Now, the person would make call or Momoton Fango. Filling stations. Yeah, Papa Bay, near my ben, a some bay a bit me a boy, a seat say Encofa at Torrentious and beyond Famba.
Filling station, the free time in Memorial, one more standards I see. One, you keep the products underground.
Okay.
Underground, air system war. So that if even it leaks, well, especially I'm talking about member gas, we say, may talk about hydrocarbon, petrol, diesel, kerosene. And also, if there is any leakage, it leaks down. But these days, you realize, say, go for P2 wells, mechanized boreholes. Yeah. If you allow it to go down, I travel in Shoto and Shoko from one, it's sipu. Into also creative problem. These days, one mama, a form no, obey the concrete. Walls, no, so why concrete. And some all day. A bullet now who use or the tank and I'm kind of tank or the asset so that if there is any leakage, it stays within its ambient in the environment, it will stay within that near one. Two, when it comes up your pipe, a free tank aba space when you be born when the pipes be new and say or you paint be red, be black, so petrol there, diesel there, kerosene there, vent be also. So that excess pressure, any temperature, a year or from one, pressure or from a far so that it will not stay there. Eventually, the pressure does want to be blasted. But if you're able to ease the pressure there, then you allow it to have it normally, you see. And every filling station, since time immemorial, have that thing there. At the Abeka, detection systems, automated systems. Rather, they will put in place extinguishers. For you to know, say BBC, they will put in place a bucket sand womb,
Sand,
so that
yeah.
if there is any spillage, obetumi subdue, you know, wasisa. They will put in place notices and instructions for you to read, so that you don't do certain things to pose a problem for them, those working there. Finally, they train their people by giving them orientation, so that they understand what to do and what not to do. In any case, pump now, yeah, they pump, you know. A mechanism near a bit of mechanical put petrol into your tank, you know. There's a reversal here and also epic vapor no for more no I best think of a tank into a mass mechanism it's in place for safe environment. Floor no you'll be advised say you concrete so that bibinia oh yeah grass bibi bit me spread it. And I said if there is any spillage so it will seep into the ground,
okay.
which I have already made you aware. So all my boreholes near, you know, they will they'll have a problem. Into any concrete here, a gusu. Now who are we wage man? Oh, sawdust, so sand with the gusu, then you try to wipe it up and then sweep it away. That's the essence of it. But your problem Kasia you work with filling stations,
you know.
a year when they are replenishing. When the tank comes or the tanker comes and it is discharging, yes. So or discharge here, we do one more bank or so much temperature no conform. The car usually burns a car ABC. So that if there is, because when you are moving a dangle product air dangle no heat to increase.
Okay.
Heat increase as I usually say Boyle's law, Charles law. Expansion take place into that comma tank no vapor no aging.
What the major physics in the power?
Into a drew baby, I bet drew baby necessary. We will see what a child temperature no weather no cooling in an also settle to level and sana what discharging. When you are discharging to there's friction. Oh man, there's friction. When you are discharging to there's friction. Friction they say egu eyinum no so twene vapor no neba into create some turbulence kakra o into say e cooler na esa koma ayina koye say ubetumi afa na odi akwa koye wadi. But all things being equal, discharging is a major problem whereby fire outbreaks is going discharging the deba. 3 coupling no any tube now they discharging there's a metal on it. One may ye no cause so we are woman now folding in as the encamomo because a make up.
Making up of fools.
That's the point, and then you hang. One moment walk or make up and maybe a form. It is a car need to na drag ya na spark. Already no hydrocarbon as I've told you no a vapor into a nyina into nya yepe na ja so bu. So ma all the combustible materials are all nyina no already no e na kodidim. Ti ja tompene so start e be. And in no time they create fire with filling stations. The filling stations say is singing no yes no in the money back. The last one which the Ghana you experience be that by experience too. Fire na see momekali June 3rd as a 4th circle the na ba ko bi so see wo anonaga won dey meche no bunker na wo for
atomic DNA so
atomic DNA gas remember see I'm talking about filling station with using flammable liquids no?
Okay.
And no problem e ba ne say issue no call for mama enya opportunity e call tank no ti e call tank no na fe dey also say weights will display water is heavier and they make out here into water na sipuko na product no air lighter na no baso then it took over the surface of the water into another slightest e be she in the issue so issue kan ho no say we dum ja no the petrol gum no the gum can we say the volume water now will carry oxygen kakra H2O into we dey yin kan wa na increase volume into sha share ya increase volume but because e yen show into no enya hwe mbe no eno abeni na be ni outer na edum but ekonya another combustible dua rubber fabric ntomani ya na no so asom and na spread no ba because already no can show no betumi contain no won dey make no na no dey aba na no create bomb ntano na e ma cycle dey no spread is
Mate.
But if you want to talk about atomic DNA kakra me be ka ho no ana ube
say as a producer small modern na flammable materials no gas ni we no em say mama me dafo no ye kom ko se ne menya Mr. Awa atena ha no menya abotene na amon komo a menya ne bia bia beti no osan du okọ ohima ligi krum London nti menya ne bebo sa fa kakaka ho wa atomic de no keto bi
unse ya wo classes of fires more gaseous fires
yeah
nti gaseous fires ne de no ne operation ni different kakra as compared to the liquid flammables so in the mention and no sa no expand there the only thing say will contain them wa enwa mo frɛ bibi bleve
yeah
when you mention enwa into air boiling no ankasa no there's expansion expand there no matter what a be rapture say a be pipe into eden aso a bullet na si wona eden a bebu a joining untumi nya ni nyina pepepe na eden a be join end bi this end no e be give away na blast na give away a and the assembly means the whole thing a tusa ball na ko wiem that's it that's it so that those are the major problems but there are measures yadi wo gas stations are one more measures are omo ye gas station one more air replenish and answer one more air discharge ya one more the omo ye into all these things Ghana for instance NPA National Petroleum Authority they've come up with a lot of safety measures fire safety service ya support wo emo tumi ma edwuma because nti na ama this time ejashishia wo filling station gas station no
about from Monday no crack. Into the basic be so ya na ehun na timi say ya na ehun.
Gas je me nua me ndi no agro.
Ye ni no ho agro emo rem kaka.
Ya hihye ne o ma ha adwea. We exclusive gas.
Enkomo ne mo de e wo ho no mo pa. Da bia me kan wugya ya ye betwetwe ho nkomo ne ya dom suko. Ne yatima mohu die ACC ya kan atomic de ya kan circle de ya kan commercial naga. Commercial kra deputy ba ku bi so simre bi a kai ya de ikura gas bia kwa eja to mu ana nkofo gina wafa fon mu twom ti yirem ne gya ne tutu bai sa asonde ne ya kan gas eja to kai mu ikura gas we yi ne phone the whole you go video
ignorance at times don't blame people ignorance here through education and me feel say with time school curriculum, primary school curriculum. Yeah, must space kakra. If you study a civics, civics. Yeah. Civic education, so that people will understand the dangers involved in Sanyo man. Be the explosive sea be caught. Be a petrol tanker be caught. Be a gas tanker be caught. Sanyo mano. I think and young kuna or see a bomb deuru or see a member school woman. Akra. Sebi, I'm not comparing Ghana to Japan. Japan akola oni say earthquake sia be yesi asa ko meka sakla den kan fa no ba ye kire wo school ntino onim de wo so wo ye sala me so pese me chese ye ma ye gbomodin na ye ni Ghana Education Service kan ye be ma kwan bia na nka ye document
ye fa nwuram
minim say guy we ye bi this service provider perfect care minim so ye bi or education around ye but mama ye ntima because ye PPP e beboa ye won de mention no ye PPP e beboa na ye ni ye be provide expertise no pom so ma platform no banka you take advantage
ko ye won ko fo bebra o metime agina ni a kira de enko
we can even use a lot of retirees to do this job.
Yeah,
let's create the platform, we'll get people on board.
Therefore ye da ye ho aba ye ba ye be kum na ye be dan ye ni na tese ya call electrical issues and so na ye tie Mr. Awa so enum nsem menyi wa fidi ni mfra high fire service TV ye be ba sisi
I came across power safety technology. So I introduced that into our residents, who are more than 4,000. And over the period, they have testified how power safety technology have saved them when the need arises.
Power safety Safety is our hallmark.
Train to save lives and properties. Edenasie atimamuni ni metwe dawre. Edenasie na mabeda ne timamuni ntamfo yi. Hwe obi agapade na asie no. Obi agapade ne jadam no. Na me kodum no a wototo bobo mi. Me kodum no a udidi matami. Minya mense. Madofofo nsem wo nti ensi demrifa. Debi enye saa ne tete mie asede ne se me bo agapade ene won kon gwan ede efi oja hihie ho nyame yefiri won nchen ene wo moa ene wo kokoduru a ode be gina machi abra mi di djuma ede age akran kwa. Yes, when everybody is running away from the fire, I repeat, we face it. So stop harassing the firefighter whilst he perform his core duty. Uni aneme, me sumi ni ane o hia odum jadjuma eni no, odum jadjuma eni no su hia o. BBC, na wonti ase a, eya penchichemu, emfa mmra no enhye wonsem. Mpanifo se, wonsom, oni nipa. God bless our homeland Ghana. God bless Ghana National Fire Service. God bless the chief officer. And God bless the firefighter. Fire, safety. Uja, where is it? The bravest, we don't take cover. The rest, away.
Ahefo yaba yebeto ankomo twetwe no se na medi kan de tu manim ansa na ye kono se yebehwe kwan ye faso ewa ye fie kwan be na ejabetimi aba enam kwan a wamfa so anwa ye wo fie yi ne ho nkomo twetwe ne be ye ma me hya se Mr. Wa mesi me fie awie mesi dan na ya hyehyɛ blocks na awie bibia awie ansa na ECG fo edi meter beba bebo ho de na wo se me ye.
Now, said ya when you budget or diamond, you need electricity. And you know, Messi, a real Ejumano, especially the block work, no be here electrician, man, starting a day. Electrician Ejumano started from depending on the type of wiring, say a concealed wiring, which is say a wires, pipe, trunk, and only said the one is a socket and a ball. Or we are by HSL work, we are Obe BBFN obe pass wires we ansa na the sockets in abeboso ne papa mu de anka wo se adwuma bia obe ne it has to be first of all designed adwuma no so ketu wo so oni obi a wonim de no wa design system no based on the opesa wo ye na watimi specify the right side of protective device and the breakers in the fuses are ebe hia na anka afedi o de am electrician na ye kroma ye wo emfie bebre no we don't design electrician na any one na ura dynamo wa mark ebu okra woni edan ura no kra ni nkomo otimi the socket ko boba bia e bia edan ura no pese odi BBC wo baba na akonya bia na ase bed bia koba na ehu ankoba mfaso amma no enti ne papa mu dia nka wo se wunya architectural drawing no na wunya engineer no design system na ma wo design wi ansa na wo de ama electrician na asa contractor no wire ni wi emre mu no ye wo my de adwuma e wo Ghana sisi ye fa electrical wiring regulation 2011 LI 2008 na sa amre ni mu no electrician na e bibie wi no wo be hia so be free certified inspector na inspector ni dwuma dia wo ba be no se wo be hwese se obi se design system na wo hwese oni akono o design ye no ene oni akono o ye wiring no o mo dwuma dia wo so mo ye efa emra kwan so ana nti se nim die mu ohunu so mo aye na bibia akoya ode ne nsa be hye krata bia se efre no ICC electrical completion certificate wo ye ode ne hye ase wi na chese bibia aye have been done correctly afei na wo de sa krata no ene wo land document site plan ena Ghana card ebe ka ho de akoyi ECG se openi na mahode a beba wo fie na ECG hwe na se wo amfa saa document anka ho a emre mu no nka nse se omo connected edan bia any certificate no the wa woni come ha people always find it here but we should try and reduce it to the barest minimum and it say one fast akwan no so na onya meter the board dan a me case you say you need guarantee bia say ejuma na electrician aye no waye ni light be so wo socket beba with air condition be ejuma but there's no that is no guarantee for safety electrically nyoma bebre na asie ahintan a unhu bibi betima to chima unhu engine with time a be result a be aggravate a be kese oni be ba won so na bedru level la ya engine wan hwere won kwa obehwere ojapade engine me say uwie electrician wie na adwuma na wo behia inspector me no ka say enne say ye two inspectors no for crash say the omudi kan ye no e basic because at that time no na enyina ma hode nyamba dan ni enti test ahodo omu ye ni na eye e kire say wire no omo ye ni ye but enyina ma hode e ba dan na nka was inspector no come back because your test ahodo bi a unyina uhia enyina ma hode ansa no wire wanye no a obi ani wiase mo be ka che o say dan na safe but the law is being implemented but we are going a step forward ye two inspectors no for so ukoko hwe obi adwuma wi a tu no for say madam mababa hwe bibia okay na ubetima enya akoyi sija akwaje service me be sraw se ni nti no unya mita ni wi asafrem biom na me mehe enti wo ba ye wo test ahoro bibi ti say loop impedance and they encourage amanfo so mu install bibi efe na RCD
dey body
residual current device a bonifa ho ban say electrical system na bibi tochima wo ho a de ye nyina ye nim ni circuit breaker no ye ade a say o ma no nwoma eboro no so a ebedum and I say wires ni be ebe directly live and live electrically single phase we have live neutral and earth na live na neutral no ebom a enya na eja and I say current flow data eso engine eso sana na breaker na antrepo a ebetimi di asamaba enti sa circuit breaker ordinary circuit breaker jumedi edi ni say overload and short circuit emra circuit breaker na betimi provide protection against what we call it earth fault no yes say wo impedance will be a funny impedance impedance ni elo na impedance no na simple yin ne say hana me plug me TV a baby am plug me TV no why say ni ma hode a ahoma e free db nim ba ho no miensa ba ko ye brown ba ko ye blue na ba ko ye green and yellow it is our cable say e come in power box distribution board ni na e do distribution board ni mu so a ye wo wire ba ko a e come from your friend earth na wires bienu eno no e ko ECG eyinim na se fault to see fault current ni e flow from baby am plug me my appliance no e first cable num ko db nim e ko earth nim na anante from me fie no akos transformer na e wo mantemu ho no na edu transformer no ho na e be pese e be back to baby a appliance no se impedance no value ni lower enye se e ba back no be system no be triple but the yehunu ne se emprempi no fault current na be electrician no nim de wa yedwuma no kama fault current na travel free e dan no akodu substation but unfortunately substation no ni neutral earth na nka was e man no kwan man ba no ebi ni ho ebi wo ho kra ebi a omo wie edwuma no fofo no ma ya kra obi akotwa wo videos are later meet media man no ahe ukọ ananse wo start say wo kọ around and look at our pole mounted transformer ube wo say ye wo wires mienu bi a eba from baako eye say ebebo transformer no ho from lightning sagrada edwa etimi eka wires na e wo pole no so no me grow agrada edwa it looks for low resistive part epebe bi an resistance ni low enti ebitimi ka wires na e ko transformer ni enti baako ye say ebebo transformer no ho ba ena baako ye say eno nso be reduce voltage na a free transformer ni mu se de ba ya meme no ye fie ni benya voltage aye okay eye normal na etimi de aye juma na sa cable na nkasa nso serves for our purpose our safety and this a fault current ni free wu fie no na edu ho na sa ahoma na wo se ekọ from the transformer ni ho a ekọ na apem se current no eso a ebe generate heat quickly and the wire be ni wa say impedance ni lo wire be ni wo fie ni ma betima we stand sa current no instantly there will be fire
meba meme ya komo na me san ba wan se ma ko deputy pa kwesi wo nti sɛ moyɛ san hyehyɛ yewe nyinaa nsakra na nipa no yɛde meter bɛba abɛbɔ hɔ ama na ɛna ɛdɛ na ɛtim ka sɛ gya abɛfie so due to electrical fault ɛdɛ na ɛtimi sɛ moayɛ saa nneɛma nyinaa nti ɛna ɛdɛ na still na electrical wiring it means I'm just share
me da wase see the mechanic
na makɔ deputy wo
wadi kan aye wa pay inspector wiring wa friend man abɛhwɛ no me ka esisu say it is not guarantee for safety.
Okay,
the only guarantee for safety say meter na ba no obesa friend inspector na man ababio na say implementation aye na enye nhye because we are moving gradually enye nhye say obe friend inspector ni bio nti nipa bebre na don't see the need. So one friend inspector now, the safety now here can was you cannot guarantee. Enti until say you be do level energy commission beka say ejuma be electrician be bia no meter bad anymore. Inspector na was okobio. You lose our level now, then I mean safety is still compromised.
Tell so sabada. But my menko deputy mpacho obi abam ho say obi si dan ya obi kan ba fire service ho no mo e dey say na no wo kire kire odi ekɔ school ha no. Oba ya mo busan sa electrical information insurance na ya kan nyina mo kan requirement no ansa na my safety aduma ma
when the building is huge.
Okay,
And you are supposed to present all your drawings.
okay,
Mechanical drawings, electrical drawings, structural drawings, floor plans, and then even at times come for elevations, which are sections, each elevation. Because when I'm going to talk about doors, maybe a baby up on the you need to get the sections and elevations to show. Now, Obia the drawing back on paper na down now, no, watch show arrow. It is a baby, if we are best setting, if we are be rising. It's not block in that form. No, moment they legend in name in your malaban. It tells you, why cardinal be also. Right. The Emma or maybe okay, and we here, I will say, Bimini say, usually say, what the proper consultant, Sidaya, the all can perfect, unya problem. Why? Because on electrical engineer, no, on him so be, we are our standards be also meet. No, because the consultant will ask the electrical engineer, the also to teach him because no drawing on the amount. Or no better nasia, one machine name. Being it electrical, being it structural, being it mechanical, that thing is done. Like we said, now you see Kakraka, you see a Wesley building, yeah, you see Ambassador and Cliffy, 16 floors, village, you have to go through that. But baby, you differ all coming in residential. I'm quite crazy a dan. A dan was maybe o see Abusan to us me and sign 9. Uncle Pet, Sanko for because on no office on an air. Meanwhile, all running wires no. Can you say all running? Obia benyani de. Now, complex nyoma bebre wo is a simple. Inti nipa na oye no bi ordinary old experience in the air. Na bia sebi cabling in nyoma na also use no. We use substandard. Who the oye layman who nim the echo. Nipa nipa boni nti one fast standard in the year. It's a dino. A head down beyond from show electricity.
okay.
A head down. It does say upset. Beba. It does say overloading of circuits. Beba. It's only meaning in a bit missing. And 2 months ago, Tini Dema was see Jato one tear. So, Ubaqua baby also issue 2.5 mm. No issue 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah, make out here. Why? Because or no, you see, I didn't 10,000. Or so me no, who you been saying. Or Lubis also been a soccer 5,000. That means uncommon. Because I say 10,000. 10,000 also so 5,000. Maybe also a talk. Maybe 4 mm, no, or 2.5 mm DI.
Okay.
Maybe also a 2.5 mm, or 1.5 mm DI. Maybe also a 10 mm, no, 6. That is where the problem comes from. So what he's saying is absolutely right.
Okay.
And pioneer must say, one year, Jumano will not compromise their colleagues.
Yeah,
Fanny said, me, I make a age man, and said, we inspect our barbershop. Inspector need be colleague. I need not compromise it. May compromise here. Eventually, no. That's where the challenge comes.
Mamemra Mr. Wa obi. Inti Mr. Wa. Sa nyema o kan nyina ma pass through process na wie. Ye won fie bi edi a wo se me san frɛ mo mamoba ebeye as a re-inspection bi wa na.
Okay, thank you. Now the woman said, "Ya wamra, amra ne che say, the first 10 years after the initial inspection and testing, I also offer inspector and also behavior.
Hey, and if you tell me about 15 good years and I mean, Kaida, you won't be on.
And no crown yet. I'm running the first 10 years. Now, inspector, no initial inspection based on the quality of materials I use. On beti mark said there be a down when say 10 years and sanya sash review. Ebia etrod or co inspect here a steel is so the shed for my intimate 10 years. Into a beti mark tesa in Finoso about ebia 4 years, 5 years, even 3 years or 1 year. And you know, so cause the next inspection period in a 1 year, it is written on the certificate. And when there's an incident, even on the surface of the certificate, you know, you maybe an inspector and said that way, Ninim Diemono, and said I was inspecting in the next 3 years. But go ahead, and then 5 years. Not a jato, and I just you should be able to tell, say, something has been compromised. Now, apart from that, you know, electrically, all plugging your mana, there's definitely heat. And under heat science, when conductors expand, they don't contract. Cable, say that bia or show a beacon or do level be no a threat and some back to the one side. Yes, and electrically should be BBR who a joint to. Or the shape breaker and what I joint. Or the socket and wire and a room a joint. One now we need and you know who do appliance, who use appliance and what time, those contacts and those joints, a heat up, a coolie, a heat up, a coolina, a B. And you heat up a coolina encan, there will be high resistance. A honomo, a friend high resistance, a bema, a honomo, a baby cacra. A beer, depending on how nimbi mono, a bit more so high heat. The heat, you know, any idea, timid as some ban. And you know, a baby has a Mranimono, yeah, complete wiring and all about audit. But one casano, we call an inspector or your electrician to come, or baby a DB, don't know what I in terminals. A blue or socket and a crown, a border, no, a be a Montemo insure a form pipes need an insure cum, or be conduct basic insulation resistance, or be wires in a chef from now, what they air baffum. No 2 4. City a bayer, a BB Bonnie be a AC. Now your sour be a friend appliance testing. Mo machines here we ye wo mra de Ghana ye nyamfa samra no e ma
ka me beba awura mi hu mu de ne to aso
ye will be a friend applying portable appliance test ye wo institutions be o Ghana had they implemented metima bo bidin it is a farm Ghana limited it's part of their what they call predictive maintenance plan say afibia no machine bia e wo bi no they do what we call part testing. And I personally do for a couple of institutions inside the moving pick. They are multinationals. Our insurance company requires that for insurance purposes. Because some of our malls they do what we call infrared thermography. Afibia shop bia once a wofre infrared thermographer no banana distribution board was scanning for hotspot.
Hey.
Yes. So who hotspot a say it's either it's an overload or it's a high resistance, maybe a loose contact, be na manabasa, and I say imbalance. Into a who be bisa now or better on a report. Now what pay electrician name and correct. Because annually a produce another there's a fire incident that or insurance company will not pay the compensation. And in the make how say Yabemana you bet mama sawe juma. I was a National Insurance Commission. I was a Ghana a fire service and Sunni Energy Commission mudding kita hopa. Because and say if you be a baby more than 10 years, you must have a report, a condition report. Now, I was a fire services who making a requirement. That report should be a requirement for fire certificate issuance. And to open up a fire certificate, can we see your electrical safety report? So we need electrical safety report. Even though he must have met your protocols, it means that the building is not safe. And you know, so there be any, and he said, so no acquire insurance and so on. I was an insurance commission should be saying, "Oh, fire certificate, ana. Who need fire certificate?" And certain insurance companies look at insure such premises because a fire service are making sure say you have the electrical report ready and it says that everything is. I mean, come back up in shop. Energy Commission introducing certificate be a friend electrical safety compliance certificate. As they say, they are modernity na. In Tinka, oh, hotel crank. What's a hotel? Be ana why no? What the boho? Everyone will say, oh, a down way there, electrically is safe. Commercial buildings, but you should display it, just like we display fire certificate. And this won't nibia, and as I walk or dead, I be no nibia. It tells you say your safety is compromised. But then the implementation, the difficulty is the implementation is taking long, the enforcement is taking long. I was anchored by now, no. Yashemukena, I force institutions, you know, and our premises owners, you know, say Obobe. But me did say, you be do.
Mmerɛ kɔ animu na nkakra ɔmbɛyɛ nti sɛ wɔkeka saa nneɛma no nyinaa ma memfa wo nkɔ yɛdwa kɛsii no mu kegetia mɔkɔla kantamanto abobruhyi da biara bɛtɛ obi sɛ na wɔto sto no yɛhu sɛ wusie bi pie firi mu ba yɛhu sɛ yɛwe ɛyɛ dɛ yɛ a bibi na akeka bo ma ɛma no hye saa stores akɛseɛ no nyinaa no wɔn wiring system no mo wɔn nkɔfo mu di kan kɔhwɛ ansa no ma ba hɔ abɛtɔn adeɛ
no kura wɔn no ne sɛ the members penny can individuals no mostly see professionals to be expensive. I want to say me kofa we a oni me dia obeji me kase enti no obepa kwan bi a obefa so aye na ye markets and some other places ade no kura wo me say
pepa chomi bo ahwefo a mo hwe ye the numbers no be good screen so wo question bi efa ye can flammable ye di electrical issues on komo betima frɛ 0509 608744 0509 608744 na wo nkomo bia wetimi de abani atwo yento so
enti no kra wom no say electrically there were different types of protection.
Okay,
your cap protection system you will be a friend TT system no say who say distribution network na nampo no so mostly 4 cables near 4 oko baby a enye densely populated be a 2 na baby a 4 no watch e be a single phase watch ba mienu na dia ba odan na wo ye wire ni wi a distribution board ye ba ko ga be a pesa won so o de kofom it is how wire na wo de kofom and dey free abonte ban any relationship be a eno na free TT system na TT system eno na do so e wo krom ha nti wo be kwa ye market no be say obi a train supply from the pool e dey akodan no na wono ankasa bare ni bebre investigation e dodo na be ko earth no krabi ni ho baby a one day baby a run. There was an instant we did a program at Kumasi Central Market. We took it upon ourselves to rewire baby or more Pamadian one. And then in the earth. And this all plug will be appliance be any ether. What happens and say if appliance no touch him, current nanka was a baby a fan. I bema will break an attribute. A best security within the wiring or within the appliance. And then it will generate heat. And this heat, you know, when it comes into contact with anything combustion. And can one say electrical company a plastics. Your socket in your plastic, PVC, an idea. Circuit breaker no can on your plastic. Why are now a plastic?
Plastic
and also on a limit, a maximum, even copper and ankasa so I want a limit I bet me I give in. And at the cable now you use on ankasa, they are tested at standard 30 degrees Celsius. And this is a cable when I hold in 10 amps. It is 10 amps based on an ambient temperature of 30 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
And you know, temperature and cost, the capacity, no, so say. And so we use cable be a man holding be or the coil, or you should be a temperature and also now. You are likely going to overload it. And to me, far and nama holding na your designer. And no money importance will be here professional. Now markets no say they make an Obia train the live neutral every pole. And brand be cable na every pole no so ever down air copper. But the open is aluminium. And then when the similar metal comes into contact, it results in high resistance.
Omunya
for. Until what time no, a bit lose contact. Sekobane say we neutral na lose contact. The risk of fire is instant. What do my dear? And I say who free market no, you doom light and I'll jay na coffee. Light in the bar back no. Neutral na lose contact. A bit generate high voltage. And BBRI within the premises may not be able to withstand that voltage. Okay. It will explode, and that can result in an undesirable fact. Yes. Even what Daya team will meet another every post so about cable now a few way you know so bano do na and couple no so cry the official board aluminium copper. But the free pole no so ban ECG assessment do na because of acron 4111 or more aluminium. But the free wood be no eco facial board no a copper. And the omo crafo. And 2 years then with time ebe kurodu. A kurodu na say 1 year like in a neutral near west than the live now. ye doom light na ye doom kanea no kanea ba no wager bibi wo ha wan hwa de chronometer may explode because voltage na neutral when neutral breaks
say hye bebre ni we ni we nyina ka ho bi nso yabu yani aguso adwene ma so
neutral a lose contact the risk of fire is extremely high. It goes to talk about our maintenance culture. It goes to say we don't maintain system. Do we be business and now a quite bad soon ever fast. So I mean, you said that will be your next question. Yeah, better so. And then from time to time we may invite electrician, and also be invited contractor. Be no one say okay, with terminals in all the joints have been properly, and I will be a team making sure.
Wait a minute, was me a working ya. You could be fear deputy on the solite no. Both bu ha so aso de okrokro na ansana so both say titu emfa na ho because o so me like to dem na minim how am so no there's one so am wa obi atimi so it let say o say de bia ya man inspectors ne ba no be check hu bibia na nyesa na Mr. Web
enye inspector nko a inspector dey oba be audit the electrician no bibia electrically bibia be say tete no sparks bibia be say tete sparks. And as I said, it will be so high temperature. Air to generate heat. As a socket, air to generate heat. Ubaba one time we will be another socket, maybe a plug in the room. Now I black, and as I shake a crack, lose contact and a banner. And BBC says, why a commander said there's any combustible be a little heat. Then,
yeah, what the situation, my Musa we encounter. What me could be a store I walk tadie. We don't want a can container na shock you. Me I am in baby. Why one can feel cry one was a fridge nisi for more and he said so. What kind of fridge na shock you? At the end of this idea never.
One of two things. If you have a 40 wire and that's a 40 appliance. If you have fridge dan kasa na ho baby atochima. Na so earth e good a shots
container na me kotade me dem what kind of shock.
If you wiring na there's and a container, you want a particular type of cable and we use. But unfortunately, people use ordinary PVC insulated cable to wire containers. And a share between a direct and a wooden body no dadia no because I had dadia and the temperature now be what moving very high. And the risk of that insulation deteriorating is very high. And the insulation deteriorating to leak current into the metallic part of the container. Enti ano no bema odo nsa koka enti obi wi afa no bonding anka container na ankasa no woni obi a onim dia obe eche no container da dia na ankasa apart from electrically na wa eche no anka container na ankasa obe eche no se dia ba ya bibi gwa ya no bi to chima
container na dia na
wo de we wa bi a wo de be chichire container ne da dia ho bibi a onim se FM na wo two form na wo de etro da she na wa chichire me se openi kasa obo bibi so se okọ fuel station ne gas filling even one more tanks no the atom. Yes, and it's basically to reduce the amount of current that will circulate in the event of that fault.
I'm not deputy pa question. About deputy say obi ba big companies na kese ni nyina omo ba mo ho no mo e de omo documents bi e ba be fire certificate na omo kire mo electrical equipment code di be si dan ni.
I run a report in India. I would say in presenting your fire document, your drawings and reports.
Okay.
The report should even give us specs for us to cross-check. ISO 9000 or BS24 or the special standard or the NFPA.
The entire mami busa asam say who say fear for cry type so yes mama heard them mama hwe niam a de kura wo so no wo there mo entire mami busa sa
and no you very important fear for no di bisa even though na come do dey share meter bill but and so ma ohun load the wo fie ho so nya mention no e fie bia every year you bia wo ne load betumi akare
thank you
inti sa umba load no bro so automatically electrically you know so e wo ne limit it will give way. Minjin di say oti ebi obeje du minjin say resistance are 1.5 bema no sa na 2.5 bema. No, it's not the same. Into as you move on no into na your sounds wo 5 amps 10 amps this amp into amperage ni sunu nyina kire weight and say eyi wattage obetumi absorb into me person me kire say there will be say obi ade na eyi ba
the report
or the report na drawing ba ye review ni we are bibi tuchima we make reference to it Bibi Ntuchima, we give you the go ahead. But baby, I ain't one from Sonia or ye Jumana follow ups. There should always be a follow up inspection. If it's a big building, almost site inspections. And yet, Mikael said I was 7 on so many committees. You see that yeah, at the end of the month, they make site inspection. Baby, I'm okay, so they will come and explain the yeah, if it meets standards. Then you move on to the next. In the strategies, I can see almost in the almost site inspections. Professionals here with man. I said, be a basse. One we see die, we see store. One for professional, work of our wayside. That is where we have the challenge. I think I make a market be new apart from Kaneshi market, I built. Makola new market, no, I built. KJT market, Kumasi the air built. All other markets, oh, no, individuals. Nti me amako from electrician wa be yegma. Ozo ko fa electrician wa be yegma. Ade a me beton wo mu no enne me bufu am se me gya to me gya amako fa de fufu aba. E de dey say resistance you know won betumi akodu eyi no. Nti a activity enne the problem ba on market because o de ma ija market bi nse. Ma ho 3 minutes o mu nyina ebubo mo yi bio. Enye company ba ko na eye. Obi eye ne de ba ko fa different people na eye. Nti kan hu say so na different eyi no mo de be ye. Nti automatically how no besaba because you have quite password so
Mr. Wa we pese ye bo enema bidin e bodin a won kire me kwan pa e befa so ye no ye hwe washing machine he fa na so disi wa wufi a wutim washing machine ye bedroom washroom wona be wa na baby mutim disi wa mo kitchen achi he fa na so de wo.
Yeah, so it depends on the design. It means o my design writer mostly amount for accommodating in the kitchen setup. We're provided the drain, we're provided the power point, and it's properly protected. Omo asebio, omunsem yede e laundry room. Machines in our on any ironing board cry ewo. And reasonably, it depends on the provision. So when your plumber will name it, I make you the right provisions there. It can be in your kitchen or it can be in your laundry room. But if the right provision has not been made and you send it to your what they call washroom, it's even riskier because say developer fault the wet. The risk of electrocution is extremely high.
E dey na timi ba se obi ko obi fie. Wa plug ya de wo dan ho senke bi o de ya de. Owi a otu we ni firi mentu. Otu se iron ko bi okro otu ntu. Ya wa hwa iron. De no rice cooker.
Yeah.
Ene sa ne man bo so de shim otu firi mentu. Eye wire na de wire afie no ana enya na socket na boda na ho na enye papa.
Na socket bia use plug and sana etimi ama power to the appliance.
Okay.
Now so socket and quality and plug and quality and match there will be high resistance.
Okay.
High resistance no so no be cause heat. Enti e bedu time bi no anane sometimes a wall the crowd chamber. Enti no auto socket madam for engineer bi last week of friend say oye djuma ma I mean say company bi o mo pama de. Omo machines bi ade bi o mo complain so o mo plug ana socket na she. No be say plug be na mento. And say you are an engineer, you've not solved the problem. Uko to socket papa sesen na plug no nya papa, you've not solved the problem. Enti uko to socket papa na no to plug papa.
Plug no ne de here no.
Plug no ne de any appliance ne ba no.
Any appliance.
And ade ba konso amechi wadwe ba na appliances bebre wo ho e ba Ghana ha plugs no ne ye plug enya pa enye.
Any socket ne mfa.
Any socket ne mfa. Apart from the risk of fire, electrocution, the risk of electrocution is high. We are much sure be. If it is not of the right, the socket and the plug and yet of the same quality, you have problem.
Okay.
The big BRR current and namono, there should be very low resistance. And he said, plug no professionally has been designed to is supposed to be certain dimension. The socket and the papa also must have a certain dimension. A room a bet in a camera. Now the way is loser, no way. As we say, there will be resistance. Anti resistance. What do was so crowd better say? With time, it generate heat. Heat could cause both the plug on anyway now welded. And I said plastic na one and an inch of the ocean cry ember.
Me pie free or see me dundum me dem ni nyina. Me dundum bibia. You bet me dum ade wa bras ade betimi atete meja atom. Ade na dey sade ne ba.
Say udum ade na still a jet misi o wa na either say plug na enye adwuma. Obetimi awo socket and switch wo so. Udum switch na still power wo. And I was doom na sorry, also udum switch na still power wo. Ebi wo so also switch no power nim. And just say faulty and you must get it repaired. socket no ho abu kakra and as a plug no ho abu kakra no bi wo manage ade no de shine nhye or dan ni na risky electrical plug bi a de be hyem a anchi amma anti-man power appliance directly means it needs to be attended to. And says oh dada and sana power ba. Oh dada na power ba there will be high resistance. Where there's high resistance there will be heat build up.
Na adena makoto extension board medum no. But what do no most na light in sense sukitu abi wom.
Polarity neutral ne
brofuni.
You unim say part test ya na make catch say your BB friend of appliance test.
Yeah,
appliance test apart from appliance even emrano say extension cry was afibia testing. Testing for polarity. Testing for insulation. Polarity no say has a live terminal no. Live cable no she BB was neutral no she BB was and earth no she BB was na say neutral no any live no dania. Now we doom, we say we doom live no cry no because a neutral no until you are broken it you see a little light.
Okay. Me iron e de to ade. Won say if ade fia bi yi socket na fuse kitu abi shem. Electricians ni bebre no bozo okwa am say iron me so e ma oyi a oyi say fuse no the flexible wire. Achekere ho no so de shem e beba. Ono ensusanso be na wo so ya na enye. Ensusanso
wo so no say fuse na a shemu dada is rated. Ube won say you say 13 amps 10 amps. Ube be cry 5 amps. It be a 10 amps. Even though the plug nanka say rated 13 amps. It means that our plug no betima for load up to 13 amps. But fuse na shemu no enche say be 13 amps. The fuse may be dependent based on the appliance na kase. Enti no say 5 amps now the wire shema you do not have the guarantee say flex strands now with their shemu 5 amps. And you may oversize. Into oversize here, say appliance and develop fault. Fuse in blow. And the appliance is likely to bend.
Okay. May charge it, my dear Ufi. Most of me dem is especially phone. Now, yes, she a phone on a photo man, I'm a socket in a photo.
Say, baby, I'll plug and say adapter, baby, a phone charger no plug when I share, then there's a loose contact situation. But say phone no baby away na ashare na phone na adora either say contact we no phone no pin contact it's not making maybe you are not even using the right type of charging cord and you also check the cord no make sure say a good one and then a shemu ye say shemu ye phone no be dore.
Okay e dey ntina mato me fridge mo se chinchina me nto stabilizer mfama no
na nimdie a che say your communities ni bebre wo ho voltage is no form and a voltage no form a refrigerator no entimi ye djuma se de fata na se entimi anye djuma enya the right voltage a motor compressors na be heat am enti wo pese fridge ni ye djuma kama na wo lose a lot of energy you need a stabilizer
enye mo anam se na se makofa energy provided fridges abaye kama brand new no nti ya makofa fridge guard e de be fridge guard ne we no step down ne sa ne manema no insunsanso be no yes makoto new fridge no still na me nkoto stabilizer na me use we na fridge guard na me okay.
So what say community had to say BBC go add the voltage okay. What you need is a fridge guard. But what say asale botre inside what baby a voltage ni good we here a voltage regulator which is a stabilizer. And the fridge guard in the air say a protect or fridge no say you doom kanea na kanea ba bioma and so fridge na at once. A hold one e hu say voltage na you okay answer na aso fridge no
ento no yes fridge ni be motor blue no
yes into the fridge guard ni no but stabilizer ni yes voltage no wo form na ama fridge ni ntimi nye djuma se de sen and a bed left voltage no ama fridge na ntimi ye djuma se de sen that is what happens
en common de idi agora ye be die ni de ho nyina e be me de se me san nya obiu ni atwen komo ye kotu yefo e fa electrical equipment in common na ye di ni nyina tu yefo
now no cry a woman ne say electrical systems et say nipa emre bia me say start here openi etre enuane ase bi odi a obenya apomode say one ni eduane pa ana say wo apomode enya you are likely to suffer the consequences.
Okay,
but electrically either see you use the right type of wires, the right size of protective devices and all that ebe here say emre no you maintain it. Now maintenance no depending on the complexity can come in different forms.
Okay.
But ni na mo no ye tu for say emremrem no frɛ obi a onim so onim de na o make sure say electrical installation are actually safe. But yeah, emphasis in here safe. Safe for continued use.
Yeah.
Na adan akɛse a wɔ krom ha deɛ mɛka sɛ wonte ya mɛka sɛ mmara wɔ hɔ a ɛhyɛ wo keten sɛ wobɛnya biribi a yɛfrɛ no electrical safety compliance certificate. Ɛno na kyerɛ sɛ wiring na wo mu no ɛwɔ wo dan no mu no ɛyɛ safe.
Okay.
Na ɛno no wobɛhia inspector na waba bɛyɛ full blown audit, especially if the building no ɛboro 10 years a wɔbɛyɛ full blown audit, electrical installation condition report, yɛfrɛ no electrical audit. We are wɔbɛtwerɛ ne report. Say if there are corrections to be done, I will bet sure corrections will cry was away. Now, so we have corrections in New what the copies of the report by Energy Commission now apply for the electrical safety compliance certificate on your behalf.
Okay.
The Energy Commission virtual report no muse bibia edane kwema. They will go ahead to issue the report in the name of the inspector. And the inspector no never responsibility no. And it's a inspector now kata we ni na wa nye de was away. Problem be say you be held responsible.
Okay.
And you know, your safety who here, but the electrical safety should be treated meka amanfo bi wo ha mo dwen sam causing fear and panic. Electrical safety should be treated as a national security concern, because obi dan hye through electrical layer and also obi hwere na adwen ne nkwa, the consequences is many. Obi wo bia wo retiree the kakra wonya no de asidan na se dan ne hye because of electrician bi ne bibia wan ne ye ade you can imagine it could result in an early grave for such a person. Enti no adebako asamdeba konso aba no say ye benya mra bi organo ha fe no LI 2478 na before no wo the electrical product bia eba obetima ko standards authority no ma hwe saka say ya na senye na say ye nyamra organo ema standards authority ni energy commission to me omutimi bowura wo shop no ma hwe say appliance na say electrical materials no enye papa omutimi sizi esa prosecute ukra ka ho. Almost started stakeholder consultation. Let me say you had a representative there. We are sure saying in the coming days, if they are done, it will become a law. You do salon no more enforcement. I can tell you, said the risk of electrical fires will be reduced to some degree.
Okay.
Ebema inferior materials and some yekin asube chakakra. Na yenya a safe electrical systems in Ghana.
Joe, mera say deputy yeko the odija yekwan.
Yakasa bebre. One way tea and bijiri so mu fam waba. Uye bibia we are say why you experts ho. Wo de untumi high no kra kokko tie ne futu. Untumi high na. Fan say me ba me sim be house ko ye mama mo so me ju 2 cities me nya mpia. Me nya 2 cities and empa cho ne etumi fu. Utu futu no kra tie no utu 50% we nya futu ade kwa kwa edwuma. De me kan say public place a one Ghana piano, we should avail ourselves to the electrical phone, compliance phone, because it will help.
Okay.
It will help. Markets, CBBI, there must be the better say. Many assemblies need team up. Now public marketplaces near one. Be brave who say one major mados, one fan count. Now, one year, kakra, be made justice here so. Swati. The oka bebrebe okai ebi won ma enya wo a wo use no fault but ebi a nipa na obe fix ye no na o fix ma wo de unim se betumi aba sa yi okai lose contact yi okai esi papa because of different levels of metals copper ne aluminium we no esi papa but enya wo a okoto e no mfum so dem e go okoto ne onu so akoto plug onso ne so akoto socket pinking we use be na enye compatible na the problem say awuken aba intimi so mesre wonya mfom so bi atisa na wetumi ka collectation ho na say expertise wo mala ba behwe memfa utumi nya sa ade no oh e din kwa na yesi ni wetu na ode ase emri be dabone be dabone intimi sre yam be si nya dabone intino mumie ndi mbra so yam pe wo mo machine intino we aso bia wo the speciality o yam pe wo mo a enim hunde no mo moe ni anya adepa ene edi beji atifo
jo ono ne edi beja ye tiefo yeda empanifo a mo be kan ye ho ma ye di dwumadi ya se ene minim se wosua de mi mesua de ya ye wo fie ha nyina ye sua ade ne e be hwese de bia e benya wo mo wa ha no mo ababa be kyerɛkyerɛ aha ana abrewa ebeyi puma ne free kwan mu se emfa dwumadi ne nsi wudi adwene ne da echi a obehwe asuo fraw ekwan ewadodo san kra ekowie ewo aboboa no ene mpanifo mienu a ebeka yensa yenya eye Mr. Awa Mohammed Sakib ona ye opanyin kwakyerefo de my Electrical Contractors Association of Ghana osan ye certified electrical wiring inspector tu ofia wan yabawa na mpanifo aba ho no mbe check woni e ma yes ono ana atete mu sabra mi kase kra wote ye nyina owo adisuafo a omo di ntete ni amomo certificate chese so omo so aba be inspectors opanyin ya ase si atu frɛ wo baaye eya pɛ brɛ ma ye kwan ma kwanya no bebre na bra na be kan ho ni ebe kyere ade ni ene asua de ka mi gya wa 2 hours be kasa ne yakɔbɛ 1.5 hour ya da ase pa ne wa brɛ ne wada ade na bio me sa da me am papa ase papa we ni nyuma de we si dɔɔso so da bia ye frɛ na wo ba me am papa pa kwesi edutwum retired na me nhyiraw amen na me nhyiraw da bia ba mama de foforo no mama de foforo de atum kotodwum me de be ye adwuma pa na me nhyiraw pa so obaye mpanifo mienu ne no mo edi adwuma yeda omo fie aso nyina ase ma mo di mu TV eto a all the fire service stations ni nyina nyame o nhyira mo pa stations ahodo mo de to ha oba headquarters aso office ni bu ha wonyi mfira chief office menya ne ntie se da ho ne secretary ACFO 2 gift sapon yes menya ne ntie se wo TV ne da ha accounts department me bodi amegi obi esi nchen mo nyina nyame nhyira mo se de bia mo TV no eda ha mo hwe ye da mo nyina ase MCL na me nhyira mo MCL fo no ma mo MCL ho ma fa ma TV so obi anyame nhwe me Swansea oni bless ni mo amowo nyina ne me cameraman am ofia so na me onhyira mo nyina me amedi dwumadi mu chia me din de Edi Otu Isaac Kojo Poku da se ne ye besan ehia ewo ahweyi ensem so makramo